To read out of the book of Proverbs this evening. We are reading out of the Old Covenant, commonly called the Old Testament, translated from the Septuagint by Charles Thomson in 1808. Excuse me. We are in the book of Proverbs, chapter 6. It is written, "My son, if thou become surety for thy friend, thou wilt deliver up thy hand to an enemy. For a man's own lips are a powerful snare, and he is caught by the words of his own mouth. Do, my son, what I enjoin thee, and save thyself. For thou art come into the hands of bad men on thy friend's account. Be not remiss, but inopportune thy friend, for whom thou art surety. Give no sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids, that thou mayest be saved like a roe from a toil, and like a bird from a snare. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, and having seen its ways, follow the example, and be wiser than it. For having no cultivated field, no driver, nor master, it provideth its food in summer, and layeth up a plentiful supply in harvest. Or go to the bee and learn what a worker she is, and how seriously she performeth her work, to the labors of which both kings and subjects apply themselves, as far as health permits, and to all it is agreeable and honorable." What is that? "And though her strength be small, having honored wisdom, she is diligently employed. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? And when wilt thou rouse from sleep? Thou art sleeping a little, but resting a little, but taking a short nap, but folding thy hands a little while on thy breast. But is not poverty coming upon thee like an unwelcome traveler, and want like a speedy courier? Whereas if thou be diligent, thy harvest will come like a fountain, and want like a bad courier will run away. A man void of understanding and a transgressor walketh in ways which are not good. But he winketh with his eye, and maketh a sign with his foot, and teacheth by pointing his fingers. His depraved heart contriveth mischief. Such a one is continually raising tumults in a city. For this cause his destruction cometh suddenly, wounds and incurable bruises. Because he delighteth in all those things which God hateth. Therefore he is destroyed for the depravity of his soul. His eye is that of a scorner. His tongue is false. His hands are employed in shedding innocent blood. His heart contriveth wicked purposes, and his feet are swift to do evil. As a false witness he spreadeth lies, and soweth discord among brethren. My son, keep the laws of thy father, and reject not the maxims of thy mother. Bind them continually on thy mind, and tie them as a chain around thy neck. When thou walkest, take this along, and let it be with thee. And when thou sleepest, let it guard thee. But when thou wakest, it may talk with thee. For the command of a law is a lamp and light, and reproof and instruction is the way of life, to keep thee from a married woman and from flattering tongue of a strange woman. Let not a lust for beauty overcome thee, Be not captivated by thine eyes, nor ensnared by her eyelids. For the price of a harlot is scarce that of a single loaf, but an adulteress hunteth for the precious lives of men. Can any one put fire in his bosom and not burn his clothes? Or can one walk on coals of fire and not burn his feet? So he who goeth in to a married woman cannot escape punishment. No, nor any one who toucheth her. It exciteth no wonder if one be caught stealing, for a hungry man stealeth to satisfy his soul. But if he be caught, he is to pay sevenfold. And by giving all that he hath, he will deliver himself. But he who through want of understanding committeth adultery provideth destruction for his soul. He suffereth pangs and dishonor, and his reproach can never be wiped away. For the rage of her husband, being full of jealousy, will not spare in the day of vengeance, nor will he abate his enemy for any ransom, nor be appeased by many gifts. Chapter 7. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. My son, honor the Lord, and thou shalt be strong. But besides him, fear no other. Keep my commandments, that thou mayest live, and my words as the apple of thine eye. Bind them about thy fingers, and write them on the table of thy heart. Implore wisdom to be thy sister, and make understanding thy acquaintance, that she may keep thee from a strange and wicked woman, in case she with alluring words should attack thee. For through a lattice she looketh out of her house into the streets. And if among the simple youths she chanceth to see a young man void of understanding, walking near a corner in the passages to her house, and talking in the twilight, when the evening is still and duskish, then this woman who maketh the hearts of young men flutter meeteth him in the attire of a harlot. Indeed, she is ever on the wing and insatiable, and her feet abide not at home. For sometimes she roveth abroad, and sometimes lieth in wait in the streets at every corner. Ha! She hath caught him and kissed him, and with an unblushing countenance said to him, I have a peace offering. Today I am paying my vows. For this reason I came out to meet thee, earnestly longing to see thee. I have found thee. With cords I have stretched my bed and decked it with tapestry from Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with saffron and my house with cinnamon. Come and let us take our fill of love till the morning. Come and let us solace ourselves with love. For my husband is not at home. He is gone a long journey. He took in his hand a roll of silver and will return to his house after many days. So with much fawning discourse she led him astray, and with the flattery of her lips inveigled him. And he is gone after her, attracted by her, as an ox is led to slaughter, or as a dog to be chained, or like a deer pierced through the liver with a dart. And he hasteth like a bird to a snare, not knowing that he is running the risk of his life. Now therefore, my son, hearken to me, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thy heart turn aside to her ways, for she hath wounded and brought down many, and innumerable are they whom she hath slain. Her house is the highway to Hades, leading down to the chambers of death. Chapter 8. As for thee, thou art to proclaim wisdom, that understanding may attend thee. For she is on the lofty summits, and have taken her stand in the middle of highways. For at the gates of the mighty she hath taken a seat, and at the entrance thereof chanteth her song. To you, O men, I call, and utter my voice to the sons of men. Ye who are innocent, learn discretion, and ye who are uninstructed, give attention. Hearken to me, for I will speak solemn things, and with my lips disclose things which are right. For my mouth shall speak truth. Lying lips are indeed abominable in my sight. All the words of my mouth are with righteousness. They have nothing crooked, nothing deceitful in them. Let's see, hold on. How did I lose my spot? I just looked away for a minute. Forgive me. All right, nothing deceitful in them. They are all plain to men of understanding, and right to them who find knowledge. Receive instruction in preference to silver, and knowledge rather than fine gold. For wisdom is better than precious stones, and no costly thing is equal to its value. Now remember, up here in verse 2, I think it was, or verse 1, this is speaking of wisdom, not of the strange woman. This is speaking of wisdom. Okay, we got to remember that. I, wisdom, have inhabited counsel and knowledge, and I have made an appeal to understanding. The fear of the Lord hateth injustice and insolence and haughtiness and the ways of the wicked. And I have hated the crooked ways of bad men. To me belong counsel and safety. Prudence is mine. Mine is fortitude. By me kings reign and princes decree justice. By me potentates are exalted, and by me sovereigns rule the earth. Them who love me I love, and they who seek me shall find me. With me are riches and glory, even great possessions and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold and precious stones, and my productions are better than choice silvers. I walk in the ways of righteousness and am conversant in the paths of judgment, that I may distribute wealth to them who love me and fill their treasuries with good things. Having told you things which happen daily, I will now remember to reckon up things of old. The Lord created me, the beginning of his ways for his works. Before this age, he founded me in the beginning, before he made the earth, and before he made the deeps, before the fountain of water issued forth, before the mountains were established, and before all the hills he bringeth me forth. The Lord made fields and uninhabited wilds, the habitable heights of the earth. When he furnished the heaven, I was with him. And when he set apart his own throne on the winds, and when he strengthened the clouds above, and when he secured the fountains of the earth below, and when he made the foundations of the earth strong, I was harmonizing with him. I was the one in whom he delighted, and I was daily gladdened by his presence on all occasions. And when he finished the world and was pleased therewith, and when he was pleased with the sons of men, now therefore, my son, hearken to me. Happy is the man who will hearken to me, and the man who will keep my ways, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For my ways are the ways of life, and violation is obtained from the Lord. But they who sin against me act wickedly against their own souls, and they who hate me love death. Chapter 9. Wisdom hath built herself a house, and fixed underneath it 7 pillars. She hath slain her victims. She hath mixed her wine for the cup, and furnished her table. She hath mixed her wine for the cup, and furnished her table. She hath sent out her servants, and with a loud proclamation hath given an invitation to her entertainment, saying, Whosoever is simple, let him come to me. And to them who want understanding she saith, Come, eat of my bread, and drink the wine which I have mixed for you. Forsake folly, that you may reign forever, and seek prudence, and build up understanding with knowledge. He who instructeth the wicked shall receive for himself dishonor, and he who reproveth the ungodly will blemish himself. Rebuke not the wicked, lest they hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give a wise man a hint, and he will be wiser. And in intimidation to a righteous man, and he will proceed to take it. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge is in the counsel of the holy. For to know the law is a characteristic of a good understanding. Characteristic. That's what it is. That's so funny. It didn't look like that, but that's what it is. Characteristic of good understanding. For by this means thou shalt live long, and years of life will be added to thee. My son, if thou art wise for thyself, thou wilt be wise also for thy neighbors. But if thou become wicked, thou alone shalt draw up evils. He who leaneth upon lies feedeth on the wind, and he shall pursue flying birds. For he hath left the walks of his own vineyard, and wandered out of the paths of his own field, and traverseth a desert without water, and a land destined to thirst, and with his hands gathereth sterility. A woman who is foolish and bold needeth a curb. She hath no sense of shame. She sat at the doors of her house, on a seat open to view in the streets, calling to passengers who were going right on their ways, Let him who is the simplest of you turn aside to me. And them who want prudence I exhort, saying, Taste sweetly bread in secret, and water sweeter for being stolen. He indeed did not know that with her the earth-born perish, that he is lighting upon the perch of death. But fly thou away speedily, tarry not in that place, nor fix thine eyes upon her. For in this manner thou shouldest pass by strange water. Abstain from strange water, and drink not of a strange fountain, that thou mayest live long, and that years of life may be added to thee. Chapter 10. A wise man, a wise son maketh a father glad, but a foolish son is a grief to the mother. Treasures cannot profit the wicked, but righteousness will deliver from death. The Lord will not kill with hunger a righteous soul, but he will overthrow the life of the wicked. Want humbleth a man, but the hands of the diligent enrich. A well-instructed son will be wise, and shall have the simple for a servant. A prudent son is safe from heat, but a transgressing son is blasted in harvest. The blessing of the Lord is on the head of the righteous, but untimely grief shall stop the mouth of the wicked. The just are remembered with praises, but the name of the wicked is extinguished. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a perfucating blabberer shall be subverted. He who walketh uprightly walketh securely, but he who perverteth his ways shall be known. He who winketh deceitfully with his eyes collecteth sorrows for men, but he who reproveth freely maketh peace. There is a fountain of life in the hand of the righteous, but the destruction will stop the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirreth up contention, but friendship covereth all them who are not contentious. He who from his lips uttereth wisdom smiteth an imprudent man with a rod. Wise men will lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the rash is near destruction. The wealth of the rich is a strong city, but penury is the destruction of the wicked. The works of the righteous produce life, but the hands of the wicked produce sins. Instruction keepeth the just ways of life, but unexamined instruction leadeth astray. Honest lips hide hatred, but they who utter reproaches are the greatest fools. In speaking much, thou canst not avoid sin, but if thou art sparing of thy lips, thou wilt be wise. The tongue of the righteous is tried silver, but the heart of the wicked will not stand the test. The lips of the righteous are skilled in things lofty, but those devoid of understanding die of want. The blessing of the Lord is on the head of the righteous. It maketh rich, to do it no sorrow of heart shall be joined. A fool doth mischief in sport, but for man wisdom bringeth forth prudence. A wicked man is whirled about by destruction, but the desire of the righteous is acceptable. In a passing tempest, a wicked man vanisheth, but the righteous turn aside and are safe forever. As vinegar is hurtful to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is transgression to them who commit it. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. And that, let's keep going. Joy maketh a long abode with the righteous, but the hope of the wicked shall perish. The fear of the Lord is the holy man's bulwark, but destruction is for the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never transfer, but the wicked shall not inhabit the land. The mouth of the righteous distilleth wisdom, but the tongue of the wicked shall be destroyed. The lips of righteous men distill graces, but the mouth of the wicked is perverse. And that concludes our reading out of the book of Proverbs for tonight, brothers and sisters. And that's groovy. Hello, hello, hello. God bless you too. God bless you too. All right, brothers and sisters, keep your eyes on Jesus and your nose in the book, which is the Word of God. These Psalms and Proverbs that we're reading daily, I think is very beneficial. I really, truly do. So let us embed the word of God upon the tablets of our hearts, so you and I will not sin against God or be deceived. I love you, sis, very much. God bless you too. Bye-bye.